You can't fix your own Subaru anymore. Not because you don't have the skills, not because you don't have the tools, not because you don't want to, but because Subaru won't let you. They've locked you out. The car you paid $35,000 for, you don't really own it. Not in the way your grandfather owned his car. Not in the way you could work on a 2005 Subaru. Modern Subarus have digital locks, encrypted systems, and proprietary software that make DIY repairs impossible. Even simple maintenance that you've done yourself for years is now blocked behind dealer-only tools and paywalls. And it's getting worse. With every new model year, Subaru adds more restrictions, more encryption, more systems that require dealer access to repair or even reset. 10 years ago, you could do almost any repair on your Subaru at home with basic tools and a repair manual. Today, even changing brake pads might require a dealer scan tool to retract electronic calipers. Oil changes might require resetting service indicators with dealer software. Replacing a battery could brick your entire electrical system without proper initialization procedures. The right to repair your own vehicle is disappearing, and Subaru is leading the charge to kill DIY forever. Today, I'm exposing exactly how Subaru has locked you out of your own car, which repairs you can no longer do yourself, how much this is costing you, and what you can do about it before it's too late. Whether you drive a 2024 Crosstrek or a 2018 Outback, this affects you, and it's only going to get worse. Let's get into it. What changed? The death of DIY 20 years ago. You could fix almost anything on a Subaru with basic tools, a Haynes manual, and determination. Here's what you could do on a 2003 Subaru Outback. Change your own oil and reset the maintenance reminder with a button sequence. Replace brake pads with basic hand tools. Diagnose check engine lights with a $20 OBD2 scanner. Replace sensors, modules, and components without special procedures. Install aftermarket parts without compatibility issues. Access full diagnostic data through the OBD2 port. Now, here's what you can't do on a 2024 Subaru Outback without dealer tools. Change brake pads. Electronic parking brake requires dealer scan tool to retract calipers. Replace the battery. Requires initialization or the car won't start properly. Reset service reminders. Locked behind Subaru's proprietary software. Diagnose complex issues. Basic OBD2 only shows generic codes, not manufacturer-specific data. Program key fobs. Requires dealer equipment and vehicle security access. Calibrate eyesight camera. Mandatory after windshield replacement. Dealer-only procedure. Replace control modules. Require VIN programming that only dealers can perform. Install aftermarket part. Many are rejected by the ECU as incompatible. You didn't lose these abilities because technology got too complicated. You lost them because Subaru deliberately locked you out. The digital locks. How Subaru block you. Here's exactly how Subaru prevents you from working on your own car. Encrypted ECU communication. Modern Subarus use encrypted communications between control modules and the ECU. Basic OBD2 scanners can read generic fault codes, but they can't access manufacturer-specific data, live data streams, or perform module programming. To access these functions, you need Subaru's proprietary diagnostic software. Select Monitor or Subaru TechLine Connect. These systems are dealer only. You can't buy them. You can't access them. Even if you could, they require online authentication and subscription fees, VIN locking and security programming. Many replacement parts, especially control modules, ECUs, and electronic components, require VIN programming to function. This means even if you buy a genuine Subaru part and install it correctly, it won't work until a dealer programs it to your specific vehicle's VIN. Why? Not for security, not for safety, but to force you to the dealer for installation and programming. Electronic parking brake systems. Starting around 2018, many Subarus switched to electronic parking brakes. To retract the calipers for brake pad replacement, you need to put the system in service mode. This requires a scan tool that communicates with the EPB control module. Your basic OBD2 scanner can't do this. You need dealer-level software or an expensive aftermarket scan tool, $500 to $2,000. So even though changing brake pads is mechanically simple, Subaru has made it digitally impossible without their tools. Battery replacement procedures. Replace your battery on a modern Subaru without proper procedure, and you'll experience power windows that won't auto up/down radio, that won't turn on without a code infotainment system that glitches or freezes, eyesight system that throws errors, engine that won't idle properly. Why? Because the battery monitors and various control modules need to be relearned after disconnection. Some of these relearns require dealer scan tools. Others involve complicated button sequences that aren't in the owner's manual. Eyesight calibration requirements. If you replace your windshield, you're legally required to recalibrate the eyesight cameras. This calibration requires dealer-specific targeting equipment. Subaru's proprietary calibration software, specific facility requirements, flat surface, proper lighting, target distance. DIY calibration is impossible. Mobile windshield companies can't do it. Only Subaru dealers can. Cost $150 to $300 per calibration. And this isn't a one-time thing. Anytime the camera is disturbed, recalibration is required. Before we continue, if you're frustrated with being locked out of working on your own Subaru, you're not alone. While modern Subarus are harder to work on, there are still maintenance tasks you can do yourself, and knowing which ones will save you thousands. I've documented all of it in the 500,000 mile car maintenance blueprint. It shows you exactly what you can still DIY and what requires dealer access. Link is in the description. Grab it now so you're not wasting time or money on the wrong approach. What you can still DIY for now. Not everything is locked down yet. Here's what you can still do yourself on most modern Subarus. Basic oil changes, as long as you can reset the reminder through the infotainment system. Air filter replacement, still mechanical and accessible. Cabin air filter replacement, usually behind the glove box. Wiper blade replacement, for now. Tire rotations, though TPMS sensors may need relearning. Visual inspections, checking fluids, belts, hoses. Basic cleaning and detailing. But even these are shrinking. Subaru is moving towards systems that require constant dealer interaction. The real cost. What this means for your wallet. Let's talk about what being locked out of DIY costs you in real money. Oil changes. DIY cost $35, oil plus filter. Dealer cost $85 to $100. Cost per year. 2 changes. $100 to $130 more. Brake pads. Front. DIY cost $80 parts plus 1 hour of time. Dealer cost $350 to $450. Parts plus. Labor plus EPB service. Savings lost per brake job, $270 to $370. Battery replacement. DIY cost $150. Battery. Dealer cost $300 to $400. Battery plus installation plus initialization. Savings lost $150 to $250. Windshield replacement plus eyesight calibration. Independent glass shop $300. Windshield plus $0. They can't calibrate. Dealer requirement $300. Windshield plus $250. Calibration. Additional dealer-only cost, $250. Check engine light diagnosis, DIY with basic scanner, $0. Code reading, plus research time. Dealer. Diagnostic, $150 to $200 for the scan before any repair. Key fob programming, DIY on older Subarus, free button sequence. Dealer on newer Subarus, $150 to $200. Let's add this up over 5 years of ownership. Oil changes, $500 to $650 extra. Brake jobs, 2 times, $540 to $740 extra battery replacement, $200 extra windshield plus calibration, $250 extra diagnostics, average 3 issues, $450 to $600 extra. Key fob issues, $150 to $200 extra. Total over 5 years, $2,090 to $2,640. That's money coming out of your pocket because Subaru locked you out of your own car. Why Subaru is doing this? You might be wondering, why would Subaru deliberately make their cars harder to work on? The answer is simple: service department profits. Here's the breakdown. New car sales have thin margins. Subaru makes $500 to $2,000 profit on most new car sales after accounting for incentives, dealer overhead, and manufacturer costs. Service departments are profit centers. Service departments make 60 to 80% profit margins on labor. Parts sales have 40 to 100% markups. Diagnostic fees are almost pure profit. $150 for 20 minutes of scan tool use. Subscription revenue models. Subaru is moving towards subscription services. Remote Start requires an annual subscription, $75 per year. Enhanced navigation requires subscriptions. Future features will be locked behind paywalls. By locking you into the dealer ecosystem, they create recurring revenue streams. Warranty denials. If you modify or repair your own car, Subaru can deny warranty claims. Customer-performed unauthorized repair becomes an easy warranty denial. This saves them millions in warranty costs. Data and control. Every time you visit the dealer, they collect data on your vehicle, your driving patterns, and your maintenance habits. This data is valuable. They sell it to insurance companies, marketers, and third parties. DIY repairs mean no data collection. The right to repair movement. There is pushback. The right to repair movement is fighting this. Several states have passed or are considering right to repair legislation that would require manufacturers to provide diagnostic tools and software to independent shops and consumers, sell replacement parts to anyone, not just dealers, make repair information publicly available, allow third-party and DIY repairs without voiding warranties. Massachusetts passed automotive right to repair in 2020. Maine followed. Other states are considering similar laws, but manufacturers are fighting back hard. They're lobbying against these laws. They're finding loopholes, and they're continuing to add digital locks faster than legislation can keep up. What you can do about it? You're not completely powerless. Here's how to fight back. Buy aftermarket scan tools. Some aftermarket scan tools can perform dealer-level functions. Autel Maxicom, $1,500 to $2,500, can do most dealer functions. Blue Driver, $100, better than basic OBD2, but still limited launch. X431, $500 to $1,000, good middle ground. These aren't cheap, but if you plan to keep your Subaru long-term, they pay for themselves. Join the Right to Repair movement support. Right to repair legislation in your state. Contact your representatives and tell them you want access to repair your own vehicle. Sign petitions and support organizations fighting for repair rights. Use independent shops. Find independent shops that have invested in dealer-level diagnostic equipment. They're often cheaper than dealers and can perform most of the same services. Avoid the dealer for anything you can. Buy older Subarus 2015, and older Subarus are much more DIY friendly. They don't have electronic parking brakes, encrypted communications, or mandatory calibrations. If you want a car you can actually work on, buy something pre-2016. Document everything. Keep meticulous records of all maintenance and repairs. If Subaru tries to deny a warranty claim because you did your own oil change, documentation proves you maintained the vehicle properly. Learn the Workarounds online forums have figured out workarounds for many locked features. Button sequences to reset service lights. procedures to retract electronic parking brakes manually, ways to program key fobs without dealer tools. The DIY community shares this information freely. Use it. The future, it's going to get worse. Here's what's coming in the next few years. Over-the-air updates. Subaru is implementing OTA software updates like Tesla. This means they can remotely modify your car's software, potentially locking out features or forcing dealer visits. Subscription. Everything Remote Start is already subscription-based. Heated seats, advanced cruise control, and other features will follow. Pay monthly or the feature is disabled. End of physical keys. Newer Subarus are moving to digital keys via smartphone apps. Lose your phone? Dealer visit required. App stops working. Dealer visit required. Full ECU encryption. Future Subarus will have fully encrypted ECU communications. Even expensive aftermarket scan tools won't be able to access them. Only authorized Subaru equipment will work. Automatic repair detection. Future vehicles will detect unauthorized repairs and modifications. Open the hood? The car knows. Replace a part? The car reports it. This data will be used to deny warranties and force dealer visits. The cars you can still work on. If you want a Subaru you can actually repair yourself, here are your best options. 2000 to 2010 models. Completely DIY friendly. No electronic parking brakes, no encrypted systems. Standard OBD2 diagnostics work perfectly. 2011 to 2015 models. Mostly DIY friendly. Some electronic systems but still accessible. Good balance of reliability and repairability. 2016 to 2019 models. Starting to lock down. Eyesight complicates some repairs. Still manageable for experienced DIY-ers 2020 plus models. Significantly restricted. Many repairs require dealer tools. DIY is difficult and getting harder. If you value the ability to work on your own car, avoid anything newer than 2019. The bottom line. You can't fix your own Subaru anymore because Subaru has deliberately locked you out. Encrypted ECU communications block diagnostic access. VIN locked modules require dealer programming. Electronic parking brakes need dealer scan tools. Battery replacements require initialization procedures. Eyesight calibration is dealer only. This isn't about technology being too complex. This is about profit. Subaru makes more money when you can't work on your own car. Service departments are profit centers. Locked systems create captive customers. The cost to you over 5 years, $2,000 to $3,000 in lost DIY savings. The solution? Buy aftermarket scan tools if you're keeping your modern Subaru long-term support. Right to repair legislation. Use independent shops instead of dealers when possible. Buy older Subarus, 2015 and earlier, that you can still work on. Learn the community workarounds. The right to repair your own vehicle is disappearing. Fight back now before it's completely gone. And if you want to know exactly what maintenance you can still do yourself versus what requires dealer access, grab the 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint from the link in the description. It breaks down every service by whether it's DIY friendly or dealer locked, so you're not wasting time or money on the wrong approach. If you found this video helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.